Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to VHI
Now entering the Temple of
What we're
Anubis.
calling ourselves now. Anyway, we're
Prepare your
welcome
defenses.
here for those who are
Select
watching
your
us in the
hero.
past, watching the past recorded episode. I can logic well. Okay, I can English well anyway. I'm your host, Hawk, and I'm joined by...
Krim.
Phoenix.
Red.
And catch.
God, the coordination is so well tonight.
No, it's not. Coordination? What's that?
Exactly, God, that was... How are you so coordinated with saying we're not coordinated? Anyway.
No telling on that one.
Someone's got to do it.
Yep.
So, we kind of failed a little bit on last week. We had a bunch of issues going on, so we never did finish our episode. The main thing we missed was the Nintendo Switch and the Wild review, and we are going to get to that first off tonight. But a little bit of a look at what the queue has in store for us later on in the show for those who want to stick around with certain news. We got some release date information for some anime coming up that we've been looking forward to for God knows how long. Stay tuned for that one.
So we're going to start off with the anime news.
We're just going to hit all the news
Right at the very
head
beginning.
on. We're going to try and, get the important stuff out of the way and then move on.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I think we should definitely start out first with the Switch review and the Wild, because like we said, that was the main focus for last week, and we didn't get to it because of issues.
Defend
Those
objective
who are
A.
watching this now, who were waiting for that later, my bad. Sorry, we're fixing that, and we're going to get better at it. So, without further ado, Nintendo Switch. It launched on May 3rd.
Good luck finding it.
Yeah, good luck finding it now. Luckily, me and
Don't you
Shroud-
mean March 3rd?
That's what I meant, March 3rd. Luckily, me and Shroud were able to pre-order it, we got it, we played it. We didn't get a review the day after because we wanted to wait a little bit. We wanted to play it and explore
that's a good spot.
everything about the Nintendo Switch before we gave you our final thoughts. So we did, and we love it. It is one of the best systems that Nintendo has put out, and that's not just an opinion. That is borderline fact because it sold more than the Wii did. On
It did.
release.
It really did.
It's their fastest selling console ever.
Wait a minute. No, it's not. It's so fast that basically they can't even make enough to actually fill the orders.
Basically, it's got we sold way more units than anything that they had put out or thought it was going to do. They actually
Hunter
changed
lays a
their
trap for his prey.
projections of the Nintendo Switch going forward because it was so big.
Yeah, but what was the beginning estimated number? Do you remember?
Correct me if I'm wrong, because don't quote me, but I want to say it was like 3 million or 5 million.
I think it was 5 million
They
units. That's
did
right.
that so bad they upped it to like bigger numbers than they originally.
Yeah, but they had some in stock. But at the same time, that stock was gone. It was like,
It was gone.
yeah. Where did our stock go? It's already gone. We need more. We need more.
But it's a great system. It's definitely, without a doubt, a perfect hybrid between console and handheld. Because like the Wii U, it could do that to an extent, but there was a little bit of a setup that you had to do, and it wasn't flawless.
Right.
The Switch is completely flawless. Like the movement from console to handheld is so
Oh, did you hear what they actually did to the games themselves?
Yes, they made it work.
From above.
Well, for younger
Younger
kids would need them.
Breath of the Wild. There's actually a tasty Breath of the Wild challenge where you lick the garbage.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
No. Here's the thing about that. I have a sensitive smell. My friend brought it to me and said, dude, I can't smell nothing off of this because, it doesn't have any smell. I took 1 cent off that thing and I nearly hit the floor because it was so bitter.
Yeah.
I have a very sensitive smell, and I can smell the bitterness off the cartridge.
Yeah, it could be.
It will deter dogs.
I think we'll bring a preview.
Get ready for a shock.
Honestly, But with the Switch, back on that one, there isn't a whole lot out there for it. So the main game they have out is Breath of the Wild. So if you're a Legend of Zelda fan, you should have picked this up and pre-ordered it whenever they were talking about it, because good luck now.
Are you sure about that? I think they've already got it. That's why it's sold out.
I was going to say, if you didn't pre-order it, you missed your chance, and you're probably going to have to wait till mid-April.
Also, to go along with those are the
We have to
how do you say
stop
it,
him.
amiibos.
Yeah,
Amiibos.
There is amiibo support, and God is the amiibo support great, because on some of the Wii U games, the amiibo support with the Nintendo, but the Switch, when you do Breath of the Wild, there is amiibo support, and they're not here now, but we had every single Legend of Zelda amiibo you could put out, and you can use every one of those a day, even the Guardian a day. You can use them once a day, but you could use as many of them as you want in that day. You can even use all the other amiibos, like the Smash Brother amiibos, the Super Mario Land amiibos. You don't get anything special, but you do get like so that's a plus in itself.
The Splatoon amiibos.
Unfortunately. But I mean, other
Squid on a stick.
Supercharger powering up.
But more with the Switch. It is 100%.
Justice reigns from above. Team up for
6 hours, depending on the game.
Justice reigns from above.
Double if you got the right. It runs off of a USB-C
Yes.
charger, so you're going to have to invest in the charger. You can't just take a regular micro USB to charge it or anything like that. Like the original pod. That's fine because they're not entirely expensive. So,
I'm sure you can buy the charger necessary at your local gaming store.
yes,
Ready for a showdown.
had separate chargers, like car chargers and Walmart, or the handhelds themselves.
As well as probably at your local Walmart, places like that.
Target, anyone that sells that kind of equipment, because we actually went to Target and we got a standard run-of-the-mill USB-C charger, and you plug it in, it started to charge. So he doesn't have to be the Switch specific charger. And Nintendo themselves so,
Which is good.
Yeah, well, there are some phones that actually have that USB anyway, so basically for you that have that already, oh, you're already ahead of the curve.
definitely. And one thing that they never advertised, I'm glad they didn't advertise this,
Really on top.
but it is in fact a touchscreen. And it's not completely touchscreen where you can control the game by touching it, but when you're in the main menu of the system, you can navigate the menu by touchscreen. So you can go to different menus by tapping the icons on the screen. And the eShop is up and running. It's got certain games, like it's got 1-2 Switch, Breath of the Wild, other games that are out there. There's community games as well, or Nindies as they call them. But by the way, okay, 1-2 Switch is a good one too. We haven't played it, but I've seen people play it, and it's interesting. And I like how they work the rumble feature.
Get ready for a shock.
So precise and so exact that there's a game where you have to shake dice and roll, and you can feel the Joy-Con rumbles in the exact position the dice are supposed to be in your hand. So you shake the Joy-Con and you're feeling dice rolling around. You have to shake a cup to see how many balls are in the cup. You feel every ball roll. You can feel water pouring out of the Joy-Con. It's the most precise rumble and motion control anyone has ever put out, in my opinion, because it's so precise.
Intriguing.
So definitely check that out. And we're going to Breath of the Wild now, because there's not really much more to talk about the Nintendo Switch. But there is obviously some day one issues with the Switch. People have had their issues. You've got to expect that from a console on day one.
Of course.
They go through all their testing, but there are going to have issues.
That's why usually when it comes to new consoles, I don't buy them right away.
Yeah.
Because I wait and see and let them work the bugs out and then get it down the line.
We got lucky with the Switch. The only issue it really has is Amiibo connection, but it's not that bad. We went over way So it's not a definite thing. But some people are unfortunate to have a god-awful high-pitched squealing. I've heard that. There are some dock issues where
when you put it down into the dock, it scratches the screen.
Yeah, but a screen protector can fix that. I think they also said they've had some damage on the screen protector from doing it, but I mean,
Rather it damage the screen protector than the screen.
yeah. So there are minor issues, but they're not really all that big to give it a failing grade because the Switch does what it needs to do. There is no Netflix on it yet. They're working on it. There's no YouTube on it yet. They're working on it. Every system that moves out has eventually had that, or any newer system that could do that.
That could support those.
Yeah, it's already been, it's got to have a few days before they can actually get the programming into the system, so give them time.
Yeah, they're working on it, so it's not one of those, they don't plan on putting Netflix or YouTube in there. It's going to happen.
Also, we have
Justice!
Yes, there are a lot of great new games, like
Get ready
Odyssey,
for a
which is
shock!
the new
30
actual
seconds
3D platform, which looks open world-ish, not completely open world, but like 64 and Sunshine work. Like a step back to those directions, and I love that. It's not the new Sunshine 2, but it's what I think a lot of people would want, and not these 3D worlds or platformers that they
10
do.
I'm
seconds.
kind of curious. Do you think they'll come out with another Smash Brothers?
If they don't come up with a new Smash Bros, they've already said they're working on bringing the old Smash Bros, the Wii U and 3DS, to the Switch. The thing about that one though is when they release that one, they're gonna have all the DLC and everything in it. That's the speculation. I'm not gonna say it's confirmed. That's the speculation.
Kind of like a
Like a collector's edition or a
Game of the Year.
Yeah, they're gonna have all the DLC from Ryu, Mewtwo, Roy,
Bayonet.
Bayonetta, Cloud.
They're all going to be there, as well as I believe all the extra DLC costumes that came out, like
Gino?
Gino, that was the name I was thinking of, like Gino, the Inklings, Knuckles, Tails.
Epic.
It was a costume that
Excellent.
should be there as well as the stages. So, but my big one that I'm looking at is the Pokemon game they're releasing for it. They haven't announced what it is or what it's doing, but they have said that Pokemon is going to be getting a Switch game, and it's a crossover between the hybrid, or the spin-off Pokemon games and the main Pokemon games.
Yeah.
So it's looking like hopefully
Traveling
they might
to
work on
Route
Eclipse,
66.
which everyone else knows as Stars, but let's
Yeah.
face it, Stars is a horrible name for the Sun and Moon third game.
Yeah, but Sun and Moon was not very bad.
No, Sun and Moon was great.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sun and Moon was wonderful.
depends on your definition. I've actually had some people
I'll be
actually say it was a
watching over
very bad game.
Prepare your
Well, the way I
defenses.
see it,
Some
they
people don't
took
like
Select your
they took the entire Pokemon concept
They
and
kept,
turned it.
Yeah.
They kept to the core, but they rewrote the book practically.
Yeah.
And I love that. But anyway, we've talked about Sun and Moon already.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's move on.
So
Let's
Splatoon-
talk about Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch on a little bit of the other games coming out though eventually, because Splatoon 2 is coming out in July or the summer. It's the summer. I know. I'm not sure if it's June or July. It's coming out though. We've got Super Mario Odyssey, the eventual Pokemon game coming out. 1-2 Arms, not 1-2 Arms, but Arms is either out or going to be coming out. I forgot the name
I'll
of that.
be
and that's my
watching
fault.
over
But
you.
it looks pretty good too, and there's a bunch of other games coming out. Skyrim is going to be coming out on the Switch. No definite news if mods are going to be there, but it's looking like they will have mod support for the Switch. Hopefully Nintendo allows that.
behind the barrier.
So moving on to Breath of the Wild, the actual the
G'day, Cobber.
best
Greetings.
Zelda game they've made.
Be careful how you tread on that.
I'm not going to do any spoilers because truthfully myself, I don't know a bunch of the stories.
Attackers incoming
I'm staying
in
away
30
from the
seconds.
story
Just
myself
like
in the
in
gameplay
training.
because Shroud's
Visualize
got the game, he's playing the game. I don't have my own Switch and I don't want to get too far in the story before I get
Understood. Right.
So my review is going to be the world as it was as a whole and how the game works. I'm not going to talk about the story other than a kind of a little bit of an overview of it. So basically in the story, you got Ganon. Big surprise. But 100 years ago,
5,
Wait.
3,
Do you have Zelda?
1.
Damage
in
Attackers
fact, have
incoming.
Zelda, spoiler alert.
Stop the
No.
payload.
Gary, the harder you just go, Gary,
I could use some assistance.
it's not Ganon or Ganon. So they're preparing. They've got the Divine Beasts, the Guardians, the Sheikah, you name it.
They're
Everyone's there.
all over me.
But Ganon comes back,
Maintaining
eventually takes
connection.
over and defeats Link and sends Link into a slumber. The game starts. That's when Link wakes up from his 100-year nap. And the game begins from there. You walk outside, there's giant
could use some-
on the coast that you're standing on, and you're free to do whatever you want. I'm not saying whatever I'm sorry.
I'm curious. You said Link had a 100-year nap.
Immer unterbricht mich.
Does that mean he never has to sleep again?
Probably. He slept enough. He slept enough. But when the game starts and you walk out of the cave, you are free to literally do
will not waste
whatever
this
you want.
opportunity.
You don't have to go linear whole storyline. You can go right to Ganon's castle, try to sneak in.
My blade is
It's gonna
ready
be
to be
hard,
unleashed.
but you can do it. I snuck into Hyrule Castle, snuck up to the front door, went down into the dungeon to the jails, what's called lockup, got
needed
the
a drop
Hylian shield, and got out.
You should be at
Hearts.
peak performance levels.
Technically 15, but 5 hearts because I had fairies.
And you killed
And I
a Guardian.
Yes, I killed a Guardian too. It's hard, but it's possible, and it just shows that you can do anything from the very beginning of the game.
Well, here's another thing I'm curious about, because I seen it on
Heilstrahl
Facebook.
aktiviert.
I seen someone deflect the laser beam the Guardian
That's
shoots
better.
Yes,
back at them and kill them.
you can do that. If the Guardian's lasers,
What kind of shield is that? Is
I'm taking care
the
of it.
Hylian?
the Hylian shield, I know for a fact, deflects the beams. I've seen Shroud do it. So that the Hylian shield will deflect the beam. If you're skilled enough to get it to hit the Guardian's gonna die. Because it's like the whole
I could use some
like
assistance.
the Incredibles. In the Incredibles. There's only one thing that can hurt those things, and it's themselves.
You needed a
You can
doctor?
turn it. That's beside the point.
healing.
So this game is 100% truly and entirely open world. There are almost no loading screens
Let
in
me
this
get you
game.
patched up.
The only loading screens you have are the initial loading screen and the shrines. And there's over 100 of them scattered, and they're adding more. The loading times are not long. Like in
I'm
Skyrim,
taking
when
care
you
of
go
the
to a main hole, like say you're going into
My ultimate is ready.
loading screen when you walk in. You don't have a loading screen getting into Kakariko Village.
I'm being
You go
attacked.
into a building in Skyrim, you got a loading screen. You go into a building in Breath of the Wild, you just open the door and you walk right on in. Everything loads right then, so you can go anywhere you want. A loading screen unless you're changing
I must go where I'm
big
needed.
locations in terms of dungeons or
Graviton
shrines
Surge
or
is
whatever.
ready.
So, and it's not that.
My ultimate is
You
ready.
can go to
Go.
any mountain
I'll be
you
watching
see
over
in the
you.
distance. You can go there. You can follow the story, or you can witness the vast,
Let's get you back out there.
wilderness.
Now see what I can do.
It's like they said whenever they gave,
help me.
they said it-
Enemy contact.
they named their games like an Operator of Time. Majora's Mask because of the mask.
60
They named
seconds
it Breath of the
remaining.
Wild because the main focus of this game wasn't the item, it wasn't the story. The main focus of this game was to create the vast open world that you have. And they did
I
an
must go
excellent
where
job
I'm
at
needed.
that. It's so intricate. You've got so much going on around you. It's amazing. And you have like the packs of wild horses you can tame
Where
to
does it hurt?
ride. The goblins that are
Greetings.
stupid as anything you've ever seen, yet somehow still smarter than you would think, depending on their level. Because like the other games, there are RPGs, you have letters of the enemy.
Mercy im Bereitschaftsdienst.
They do that in this game too, where it's like divided by color. So, and of course, if you have the red Bokoblins, they're dumb. If the blue Bokoblins, they're dumb, but they got good stuff. The black Bokoblins, they're pretty darn smart. You pull bow and arrow out, it's gonna try to avoid you. Unlike the other ones that so it's interesting and it's neat. Then the only gripe I have about this game is the darn Korok seeds. I'm not. Don't. There's 900 of them and you get something special at the end of it, but take your time. Don't worry about it. Trust me.
You get the new achievement. No life.
Pretty much.
Yep.
That's what it is. But for those who don't want to spoil it, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I am going to tell you just take your time getting Korok seeds.
So in other words, it's just like from a Link's Awakening. Y'all remember you this one? The seashells.
Yeah.
Finding all those bloody seashells. I gave up.
Yeah. There's 900
At
of them.
least with those, you actually get something good.
You get something good. Well, with the seeds, you do get something good. They're a form of currency in a way. But what I'm saying is don't worry about collecting them all. Because the payoff might not be what you're expecting. But the currencies themselves are useful because there is line of sight of the Great Deck
Helden sterben nicht.
actually expand your inventory when you have certain amounts of Korok seeds. You'll start off with 1 seed for the slot, the next slot's worth 2, the next slot's worth 4, and it goes up. So the Korok seeds are worth it.
I'm
So
taking
find
care
it
of you.
item expansion as far as your weapons, your shields, your bows. Getting to that because that itself is a little bit of a problem. But do collect them. Just don't worry about completing because it's a little bit of a side effect. Now, that's one thing I had a gripe with, but now it's not so bad because I learned about the Korok seeds. The inventory is limited, and weapons break. Because there's so many of them there, they wanted more realism in this game. So weapons are going to break the more you use them. If you go into the desert with clothes on, you're going to overheat.
Heroes never die. Justice reigns from above.
So you work around that. You'll get either food that'll fix that for you, or clothing. Or clothing to
Okay, now this makes me wonder. As we all know, there are 2 iconic items that show up throughout all Zelda games. The Master Sword and the Hylian Shield.
Indeed.
Now, you were saying that weapons and armor and stuff break, because they wanted to make it more realistic.
Yeah.
Well, what about these special items like that?
Damage
Well, that's a good question
amplified.
because the armor, I'll go ahead and say the armor doesn't break. The armor is standard. Weapons and the shields and the bows, they do.
Yeah.
They're, as far as I know, they're an indestructible weapon. But the Master Sword is an indestructible weapon. Cannot break. But to give it a drawback, it can overheat.
Where does it hurt?
There will come a recharge time after you use it so much that you have to wait to use it again. Basically, its main purpose is
Helden sterben nicht. I'm taking care of you.
Fire at will! Because it does have that recharge.
So in other words, you don't want to go around using the Master Sword cutting grass.
Yeah, because there's no point in cutting grass in this game. It'll give you... What? I know, it's working with change, which makes me question what happened to the minish, but that's
You
not
needed a doctor?
for this game. But as far as the Hylian shield, it has the highest durability of any shield in the game. It'll take a while to break. However, there is a guy in a town that you can build called Tarrey-town, T-A-R-R-E-Y. He can buy back weapons or items you sold or broken. So if you have him, when you find the Hylian shield and the Hylian shield breaks, you can get it right back. Which is good because you shouldn't have to lose it forever. It sucks that it's not indestructible.
20 seconds.
Like the Master
Sword. But it's okay because you can get it back. The traditional green tunic is different because it's a blue tunic and there is no hat. That's the iconic suit that they give you in this one. However, you can get the green tunic with the amiibos. There's certain amiibos that do certain ones. if you use the Smash Bros. Link, he'll give you, eventually, he'll give you the Twilight Princess. The 8-bit Link gives you...
Fire at will! Justice reigns from above!
which is the original.
Heroes never die. For a price.
So, you can get Ocarina of Times, and I think the Northern Maps, I think those are the same.
Victory.
So you can get the old ones. You can even get the Dark Link outfit. It's not with the Amiibos though. You have to go find a place in the game and buy
Play
it from
of
him.
the game.
I'm curious.
Yo,
Can you get Majora's Mask?
I don't know if you can get
Fire at
the
will.
mask itself.
Justice reigns from above!
Triple kill.
That is an outfit you can get in the game.
Heroes never die.
You gotta get
For
it
a
with
price.
Amiibos, which is not a problem whatsoever. And you got a whole bunch of other things that you can get in the game with Amiibos with it. You can get Sheik's mask to go with the outfit, so you can run around looking like Sheik. So
Yeah.
overall, I give Breath of the Wild a big 10 out of 10 because, in my opinion, it's the best Legend of Zelda game they've come out with.
Yeah.
2 thumbs up for sure. Definitely get it the first chance you can if you haven't gotten it already.
Yep.
Moving on.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes. For more gaming news, we all know that Pokemon second generation has dropped, and we have
In Pokemon Go.
in Pokemon Go, and we're now being able to get our evolutionary items on the 7-day streak.
Yes.
Instead of just, every now and then if you hit a Pokestop you'll get it. No, they went back to the 7-day streaks. You can do that, you can get your evolution item, but it's random.
Select your
And it's on the 7th day.
It's always on the 7th day. You can still hit a Pokemon stop and still get it, but it's still going to be a rare drop.
Yes.
Also, what has come up recently, someone has started catching shiny Pokemon.
Yes.
The reason why is it's the shiny Magikarp and into shiny Gyarados.
The red Gyarados.
Everybody wants one.
Absolutely.
So now, with the water Pokemon event going on right now, everybody's trying to catch a shiny Magikarp.
I will protect
So,
the innocent.
If you want a shiny Magikarp, I don't know the specifics of how you're supposed to get it.
Ready to roll.
And it hasn't really said anything about
I
it.
think it's just random.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
And
random.
I'm not entirely sure if they're going to show it that it is shiny, or if it's going to be one of those things
Hello.
that you have to go in there and go into battle with it, and
Or just
see
have it
that it's
appraised.
shiny.
Or have it appraised and then find out it's
attack
shiny.
commences in 30
You might have to do that.
System check initiated. Green across
So-
the board.
Hopefully you just
I'm
gotta
ready
go
for
into
action.
to the battle to make sure.
It's shiny.
Hopefully they're not gonna have you battle and catch it.
Yeah, I
and
wouldn't
then
drink the
appraise it
coffee.
to make sure it's shiny.
Always
'cause that
tasted like
is a
boiled
little bit of
dirt.
it's time consuming that way.
Yes.
Yes, it is. But at the same time, it's weird. So, anyways, that's the whole Pokemon Go news that I have.
One.
Yes.
We're up to date, so
Commencing.
just for our viewers' knowledge.
Escort
Indeed.
the payload.
Always good to have.
Yeah. So, what else kind of news for games do we have?
We've got some Final Fantasy 14 news.
Indeed, we do.
Health restored. Clearing the area.
Turns out, first and foremost, to the rest of the world, I apologize to you on behalf of North America.
Do we need to actually explain that?
Much better.
Let me explain. Everybody thinks it's the PS3 that's been holding us back. I'm sorry. PS3. They're dropping PS3 support once Stormblood comes out, for those who don't know.
I always get my
No,
friend.
PS3 support will be discontinued as of Stormblood, which is in July. I found out through a very reliable source, and that reliable source is Naoki Yoshida, commonly known as Yoshi P. Yeah, wasn't the PS3 that was holding us back.
Restored.
What was it?
North American data centers.
Clearing the area.
Oh, Lord.
The current location of the North American data centers was not big enough to be able to upgrade the servers
Back in action.
to where it would support what everyone else wanted it to do. So they are relocating the North American data centers from its current location, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and this is what I had heard through Mr. Happy, that they were located in Montreal. Montreal. Yes, in Canada.
Yeah, why not? Because it's cold up there. Well, it keeps it cold.
You see, and this is the thing, according to my understanding, they are relocating them sometime, let's see, it's set here.
Hopefully it's relatively soon, so they got more time.
Oh, they'll have time before Stormblood. It's going to be... The current plan is to conduct the relocation sometime in mid-May of 2017. So it'll be relatively about half a month before Stormblood or so, or about a month.
When they do the relocation of the server,
They're going to have the North American data centers down for, I think they said 48 hours. And then the rest of the worlds are going to be down for 24 of that 48 hours so that they can kind of all connect them back.
I'm with Prim on behalf of North America. I apologize.
I don't apologize for anything.
You don't play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't play the game right now, but I have.
But
So does this
by doing this, here's what they're going to be able to do once they have gotten this back up and actually have Stormblood out.
Right.
We are going to have increased inventory capacity. Worldless cross-world
Barrage ready.
data center, party matching and friend management. And
Can't beat that.
additional content and increased field sizes for new areas.
I have one question about the bigger servers though. How does that affect the amount of players possible
Back in action.
per world? Like in Diablos.
Diablos.
60 seconds.
It is packed with players. It's hard to get in.
It is.
Is the new bigger servers going to up that level and possibly make room for new players to join these worlds?
Well, here's what I'm hoping they do. And first and foremost, they need to try and work more on the RMTs, the real money transfers,
30
those who
seconds remaining.
take real money and exchange it for in-game currency, which is illicit and illegal activities within the game. I hope that they can start cracking down on them a bit harder and start clearing those people out.
10
Yeah,
seconds.
Because by clearing out those, it'll free up more space. It'll free up more spots for more players to come to the game.
Overtime.
And then go back
Justice reigns
and
from
start
above.
seeing who's really active and who isn't. Like if you've got a player who hadn't played since day one,
kicking out.
they kind of need to go.
Double
Yeah.
kill.
Even if they do have an
Play
active
of the
subscription, in which case really what they need to do is start sending them a message and being like, hey, look, you're still paying for this and you haven't played in a long time. Either come back or we may have to, just kind of discontinue you so that someone else who's going to play and actually pay and enjoy it can take your spot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I see it. I mean, granted, either way, they'd be getting paid.
Yeah. I'd rather take money from someone who wants to play the game rather than take money from someone who hasn't played.
Yes.
Or even if it's someone like in my case. I don't necessarily pay right now, but my character is sitting there.
Yeah, your character is sitting there.
And I'm not really playing, so I'm taking up that spot. So in theory, my character should be one of the first ones to get the boot. Because I'm not
Welcome
paying, but it's
to
there. It's taking up a spot. Axe me and let somebody else take my spot who wants to pay to play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can
Prepare
understand
to attack.
you know, both ways on
Select
that
your
because things happen. Sometimes you have to suspend your subscription so that you can take care of stuff.
Yeah, but if it's been as long as I've been inactive, then I wouldn't mind if they axe my character.
Yeah.
I want to come back, but at the same time, I don't know when that will be. So it's just like, just take it. Just put it out of its misery. I'll remake.
Yeah.
Which I had already planned on doing anyway. That's the point.
But yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to touch on. Also, another thing that I had seen in the announcements that may interest you and the Shroud. There's a callback campaign.
Really?
I can send you out an invite
A moment to enjoy
for
some
your
peace and quiet.
character,
Probably
and you
just
get
a moment, though.
7 free days.
Nice.
And according to what they say, you also get some items to help you out.
1.
And
Round 1.
the player
Capture
who
the objective.
referred you gets some items.
Right.
You know, that sort of a thing. And I think it's good if you've got people you know who
Damage
have
increase.
been away for a while and want to come back.
Let's get you
I
back
might
out there.
even extend this to our other friend because he's been gone for a while.
No.
Kilt boy?
You mean Skirt Boy?
I'm taking care of you.
Skirt Boy. Yes. Well, anyhow, there's that campaign that is going on right now, and I'm pretty sure I can send out as many invites as I want as far as that goes, but it's all about being able to access your account and, you know, being able to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like some of the major news I actually wanted to go over on 14. So what else have we got?
You're ready to do some damage.
Not just yet?
I'm with you.
Oh yeah, Andromeda. The Mass Effect Andromeda released.
Damage increase.
It's a bittersweet feeling with Mass Effect Andromeda because I've been waiting for the 4th installment, and from what I've heard from friends playing it, it's good. There are issues with some of the things that they said they put in, and nobody can find them, which one of the races called the Quarians were supposed to be in the game. Their tech is in the game, but nobody seems to be able to find the Quarians anywhere in the game. So people think that EA and BioWare DLC locked the Quarians, so you have to buy a DLC to get them, which sucks. But
Let's get you back out there.
it doesn't surprise me. And that's the drawback of why I don't personally own this game.
Get them off me.
Because of as far as I'm concerned, the ongoing voice acting strike, EA is currently. And they're against the voice actors, and we here support the voice actors.
Absolutely.
Because of that, I don't currently own the game. And until the strike is over and our term has been met, I don't think I'm going to support EA or any of the companies involved. But I'm glad it's got somewhat good reviews because the combat's fluid. It's better than the past Mass Effects that have come out. Multiplayer is better from what I heard because in 3's multiplayer, people could branch off
Where
from
does
the
it
main
have?
group and survive. You'd screw the other guys, but you could survive.
Great team play.
And you were okay if you found a spot, camped at the spot, and killed everyone.
No.
That killed all the enemies, because their co-op or their multiplayer wasn't every player against themselves. It was 4 players in a unit versus the AI. And the AI anywhere
Let's
from
get you
the
back out
Cerberus
there.
to the Collectors, the Reapers. Yeah, Cerberus.
I'm taking suit at me. Right to sight.
You can't sleep. You have to move around. You have to work as a unit. And that's great. No matter what level you are, you have to stick
You
to
should
your
be at
character.
peak performance level.
Which is great. I don't know much about the
Let me
storyline.
get
I
you
don't
patched
want
up.
to learn much about the storyline because it's spoilers. What I've heard, it's looking good. I'm glad it's looking good, and it's out. So go ahead. If you're into that, then you should support EA through this time. We ain't gonna judge you.
Go to hell.
We ain't gonna judge you.
Thank you.
Just, you know, we have our stance. And it varies in the room. So not everyone in the room has the same thing to do.
First
Even though we
round.
all support
One.
the strike. Yes.
We support the voice actor
We
strike.
support the voice actors, but I'm sure
Score.
I can't speak for everyone
One
to say that
0.
we're not buying EA products or products from the companies involved. I'm not. I'm personally am not gonna buy it.
Well, you're speaking for me though. So, yeah. Just throwing that out there.
More than likely, unless it's something that I absolutely want, probably won't.
Yeah, that's the
But,
biggest issue with
you know.
me and Andromeda. I would have Andromeda if EA was better than what they did
Yeah.
as far as the strike goes.
Hello.
So, and that kills me because I wanted Andromeda. I looked forward to Andromeda for a long time.
1.
So basically another Konami incident.
The objective.
Not to the degree of Konami, but yeah.
Kind of, sorta.
Yeah,
We're
kind of,
getting
sort of.
there.
We're getting there.
With Konami, there's no redemption.
Damage
Like, I'm not even
I'm
gonna buy
taking care
Bomberman.
of
If Shroud comes back with Bomberman in his hands, he can move right the hell out. I'm sorry, if you like Konami, I don't. I support Vegeta, but that's neither here nor there. We've talked about that.
Let's move on now.
Yeah,
Yes.
before I get on my rant.
So, movies? Oh.
We got a couple little things about video games.
The
This is gonna be
wonders
short
of
and
modern
sweet.
medicine.
Okay.
Well, one is this week we had Danganronpa for the PS4 Reloaded, which came with
Healing
one
stream
CD.
engaged.
That was the original PlayStation video games, correct?
I do believe so.
Yes. Has been released, and you can go and get these games.
Well, it was either Vita or PSP. I can't remember which.
It's the new one. That's Vita.
It was for Vita?
It's the new system.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can actually check out this game, and it is
Sorry for that, people.
Yeah, we're very sorry. You heard that?
Honk.
Caw.
Wait, auf einer Skala von 1 bis 10, wie fest tut es
But
weh?
I got the game yesterday. I haven't got a chance to play it yet.
Right.
And I'm
Heroes
looking
never
forward to
die.
my nieces
For a thrax.
to use my-
I'm taking care of you.
They are going to release
Damage is engaged.
Spare Girls, the third game. I've got you
For the PS4?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. And anybody who knows what that one's about, get ready. I've got you in my sight.
Oh, that was an interesting one.
Yes, indeed.
Anyone who
Back in the fight.
follows our friend Sly, aka Gary Fox, if you've been watching his channel long enough, you've seen him play Danganronpa 1, 2, and Despair Girls.
And speaking about Sly,
Let's get you back out
all
there.
the games for Persona, getting ready for Persona 5.
Yes, he has entitled March as Countdown to the Heist.
Can't wait. I've been looking at this game. I'm excited about it. I really am excited.
You need a doctor.
You're not the only one. Sly's in that boat with you.
I agree. With you right there.
Overtime.
The other game that's next
I
week.
could use some
This is a
assistance.
big game also.
Healing stream engaged.
It is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 remix that they did for the PlayStation 3 is being released on PS4.
So, we're gonna have some more Kingdom Hearts stuff coming out soon.
Oh yes.
Good to see.
Where's Kingdom Hearts 3?
That's the reason why we had 2.8 first. In 2.8 there was one game in it that was the Birth by Sleep, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was like an after story of Birth by Sleep. We actually had it. Me and Shroud bought it. We played it, and it is done in the engine that 3 will be done in, and it is beautiful.
1
Yes.
to 1.
And welcome back, Hawk.
Yes, I had to leave for a second. Huh?
Yeah, well, we had to shame you on air
Yeah.
because your phone.
phone went off. Yeah, I'd explain it, but it'd take a little bit.
You know better than that.
Well, as you well, my phone is on silent, but
Hello there.
everyone in the room knows everyone at home, I have to take a long-acting insulin, and I have timers on my phone set.
Oh.
Every 12 hours So I reminded that I need to take it. I thought I had it set to alarms off as well. I did not.
Hello there.
That's okay. We forgive you.
I'm taking
That's
care.
understandable.
We forgive you
But yes,
for now.
the Kingdom Hearts game looks amazing. It is going to be the next one, Kingdom Hearts 3, when it does come out.
We've actually learned why
You
it's been
should be
delayed.
at peak performance
Or why
level.
there's no release date for it. Because in the original trailers, you saw rides at Disney, train, whatever, and then you had the rowboat or the Viking shit thing that's going around. They look cool. Those were going to be that you had to do. But someone
recovery.
somewhere thought it looked too childish and thought it was a bad idea. So they went back and took every single one of those out of the game. And they're replacing it with
Your
new stuff.
support has
That's
arrived.
why it's taking longer than originally anticipated.
That sucks.
So it's going back and having to recode
Team
stuff.
engaged.
Yeah, but they said they're not just taking stuff out, they're replacing it. So it's not that they're keeping what the
Thank you.
game was and just taking something out.
Let me get you patched
They're
up.
replacing it with new content that they didn't originally plan. So knowing that new content means new worlds. Because the more worlds in this game, the better. Because I think they said they announced that Big Hero 6 is a world in the game.
Well, you gotta
But
keep in mind.
here's the thing: how much data did those little rides and stuff take up?
I'd imagine a decent chunk. You could probably replace all of those with one world.
Maybe.
Maybe, because we only saw really two, and I think there was more than that in the game.
Ah,
So,
the wonders
Look,
of
and this is
modern
the thing.
medicine.
yo,
You have to keep in
I am ready
mind
to
what
resurrect you.
all Disney owns.
yeah, like,
Well, when you look at
I'm taking
Disney,
care.
even though it's Square Enix who's doing the publishing and probably a lot of the coding,
yeah,
you've got to look at it this way. You've got all of Marvel, all of LucasArts. How many different worlds do you have just in those three?
Red just said something interesting, and I would love to see a
Cars.
world. See story turned into a car.
Cars 3.
Yeah, that's coming out. It looks pretty good.
Or planes?
Yeah, or planes. God,
Planes
story
2.
turns into a plane.
Well, one other news that we have in video games before we start switching over to
Activating
movies,
Yep.
sequence.
trailers are coming out.
Yeah.
Phoenix does have a little bit of Overwatch about a certain character being dropped.
No, we covered that last week.
Oh yeah, I covered that one.
Oh yeah.
It's just at the time when we covered it.
She was in the public.
release.
She was in the public test run when we talked
But
about it.
she is finally released.
Yeah, Lisa is finally released, and I heard that people love her and people who are against her.
Quadruple kill.
I must go
No,
where
it
I'm
just
needed.
depends. She's a tank with a lot of utility, so
Which I mean, that my statement could really go for anyone because I think at some point everyone hates everything.
You needed a doctor?
Or who's behind the controls.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that's pretty much what we
Remember,
got going on
start for nothing.
right now for the video game segment. I guess we can jump on before we jump onto the movies and anime and all that. Let's go into our Con Watch
Yeah.
segment. Right
Con
now.
watch. Watch out, coming through.
Yes, the big one, which is coming up, which is MTAC. Before MTAC, they were going to have the Cherry Blossom
Yes,
Festival.
it's like the
Which
first time-
is April the 8th?
Yes.
It's like one of the first times.
Double kill.
Yes.
And then MTAC is the 14th through the 16th.
Indeed.
Correct.
And we're going to be there for all you fans in the Nashville area.
Yes.
Absolutely. Come find us.
Yeah.
Well,
we're not gonna
let's make this a challenge.
Yeah.
Find us and you might get a cookie.
Find us and get a free bracelet.
Yeah, there you go.
That's more
Or a free cookie.
Yeah. I will not be going to MTAC
free
this year.
cookies.
Sad enough.
I'm
I'm
sure
not
we
going to be
can get
going.
some
I didn't
cookies.
get the money up to get it, so I'm sorry
That's
about that.
unfortunate.
Guys, I hope you have fun. Just let me know how it goes.
I know one of the guests that are going to be there is one of the voices in Overwatch as well. He plays Torbjorn. I can't remember the dude's name he said in my life.
Keith Silverstein.
That's it. I knew it was Keith something, but yeah. Torbjorn is going to be at.
And then you've also got Mike McFarland,
Mike McFarland's going to be there.
also known as Master Roshi.
Oh Lord,
That's gonna be fun.
I'm already regretting not going.
And then we also have another new guest. It's going to be the Cassandra Lee Morris,
Mhm.
who
Yes.
knows as Letha from Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a lot of
And
people
I'm
going.
trying to remember who is it that does the voice of Yuri from Yuri on Ice.
Josh Grail.
Yeah,
He's going to be
I
there.
will protect the
If you
innocent.
don't know Yuri on Ice, maybe you know.
All
Maybe
systems
Geronimo?
checked out. Ready for
Yep.
Yeah.
combat.
him too. Well, you know,
Can you
Yuri,
check my cycle?
Yep.
Yuri on Ice has become popular. I mean,
It
Crunchyroll
has
showed
gotten
that.
Very popular, yes.
Anime of the year. Hello.
But if you're like me, you haven't watched Yuri on Ice, and you don't know the characters by heart yet, because you're not into the you're not a fan of the Yao that's disguised by the name Yuri, then you might know him by other
Capture
things.
the objective.
There's too much out there that one man should never see.
It should be called Yaoi on Ice, God, for crying out loud.
Well, the most interesting thing about Yuri on Ice, it is actually based off a true ice game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They changed that part,
yeah.
but he is a real person.
And, let's see, of course, our favorite guest is going to be there. And I am talking, Will Karibo,
Which we had to give him free birthday.
Martin Billen,
And for those of you who aren't aware of our past podcasts that we've done, he was one of our first guests that we've had on our show.
I think, wasn't he our second?
He was our
was our
second.
second
At MTAG last year, we got Bryce Pappenberg, and we did an interview with him. 2 or 3 weeks later,
I'm hoping we can actually do some more of our shenanigans like we did last year, this year.
Oh, I know that because last year we didn't have any plan. We were just like, hey, let's go ask if they'll do an interview.
Absolutely. And the worst part is, all we had was an iRig and an Android smartphone.
Yeah, that's all we had, and they were. Bryce Fadenbrook was down with it. He was like, "Yeah, dude, I got a Famicom. Let's go do this." And he was great.
Heroes never die.
Stuff that he said. We'll have to upload all this stuff somewhere so you guys can listen to it.
Probably YouTube. So
Probably our YouTube channel.
And
Be on the lookout for that.
definitely. So hopefully we can get Will Primo back again this year.
Maybe this time we can actually get him during
Yes, because our interview was a organized it at MTAG, but our schedules didn't
mesh.
It didn't mesh well. So we got him a couple days later. This guy called. Really great guy. Really great guy.
Yes.
And
He's always been a great
oh
guy.
yeah. But if you
Even
don't
though that Krim didn't get a chance to be
that's what I was
part
about
of
to
it.
bring up. Hopefully we can get it with Krim there this time. Because last time you unfortunately couldn't be there. Say hi to Mama Huck, everyone.
I'm on.
Alright. But so yeah, last time you weren't there. So hopefully you can be
Well, I mean, if we get it during the convention, I'm going to be there.
yeah, so hopefully it's not going to be like we did last year.
We still have to figure out how to go about doing it. I mean, now that we've got all this new equipment, platform,
Yeah.
This is going to be
It's
fun.
going to be a challenge. We'll figure it out.
One, we can do a portable style. There
Yeah.
is a possible way of doing it.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get some of these guys, and if not, we can definitely just enjoy the con. But we'll definitely get you what's going on, and we're gonna do show people who they say,
well, of course, we have to.
as Bill O'Reilly would say.
Do it live!
So
Grab a camera. I've got the mics. Let's go.
One of the guests that has been announced was Lotus Juice, who is a Japanese rapper who's
Oh, cool.
famous
Yeah.
for doing the Persona video game.
oh yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about that.
So
That'll be interesting.
Oh, it is. If you haven't seen any of his content, please watch it.
amazing.
Nerf this!
I think that's all we got going on.
The entire crew. I guess I can say There are a couple of conventions going on in Texas, and I'll at least be there, so I'll try to get to right now, I'm not sure. Let the dragon consume you! They haven't announced any guests for the one in October, but I will be in June, so.
There's another one in June that I'm going to be attending.
Okay.
Hamacon and
Heroes never die.
And they've got
Team up for special attacks.
and Disney.
And all the objectives.
Are we talking
Join me.
Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood?
Brotherhood. Alchemist.
So we're talking original Alphonse here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The Micah is going to be back at this one.
Micah Solasad.
And another guest, I'm sorry I cannot say her name, but she's been working on projects that she's been working on. Ultimate Otaku Teacher. She's also been working on Ascension Classroom. Her name is Aviation something like that. She's actually the big name on Ascension Classroom.
Yeah.
It's,
Who's it?
It's at the end of June. This one's going to be. I'm going along with a couple of people that has been on the show before, Double D and Dahlia.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting convention. Hopefully, when I go, I'll be able to spread a lot more of the VHI.
Yeah. But yeah, and if you're listening to us from those states, please come up to us and we'll answer any questions you have about our podcast or anything else. We might even give you a bracelet just for the trouble.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Like I said, for MTAC, find us. You'll receive a bracelet at least. Maybe a cookie. Depending on if I am feeling generous.
But I like it, the cookie.
Aside.
No, we have chocolate chip cookies.
Now, so we go into the anime news.
Of course.
Let's go into movies first and then anime because the suspense is greater, especially on Hawk.
Okay, well, let's just start this off. Before the podcast, we decided to check out the new trailer drop today.
The Death Note trailer dropped this week, and Justice League trailer
Dropped today.
Yes. Although I've already seen the behind the scenes kind of cut thing that was on YouTube already, so.
Yeah. But the official trailer's dropped, and I guess we should start out with the one that dropped first out of the two, the Death Note.
The Death Note.
There's controversy behind it.
Lots.
Lots of controversy.
You're going to have controversy no matter what.
It's a Netflix original of Death Note.
I was fixing to say, had.
What? I mean, with Death Note, I've seen Ryu, kind of, a little bit
overconfidence is a
Creepy as all hell.
Figure of them.
I like
Well,
what I've
you know.
seen so far, and I like what I've heard.
Willem Dafoe does good.
Yeah, and that's
He's got the voice. I mean, seriously, he was Green Goblin. Just saying.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to take away that.
You know, he can pull off that type of a voice.
yeah.
Well, that's what a lot of people, when they said that they watch reviews, they say, like, I still hear the Green Goblin, because they just can't get that image out of their head, like, it's the Green Goblin.
The outcome is not.
And you gotta. So here's what you've got to do. You gotta just.
Well, at least it's not that gay FBI agent doing Ryu. Oh wait, it is.
Dark Saints.
For those of you who
Goodbye.
didn't catch the reference.
Goodbye. Well, you guys just gotta get over it and move on, because it's the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that feeling because of the sinisterness of it. But you know, regardless, even if you have basically the Green Goblin voice,
It's not that bad, people. Get over it.
yeah.
That's wonderful. Other thing about the trailer that we get to see, we'll start off, we'll break it down. What we see in the trailer. First is opening, the Death Note is falling from the sky in like a graveyard scene. And there you see light.
I mean,
Now, I do have some questions because I have seen some pages that regarded the casting for this, and their names weren't exactly.
Yeah, are not exactly the same. But
Like Light Yagami was not Light Yagami.
no, they're not going to go with no Japanese name for the main character.
Of course not.
Which saddens me because, I mean, seriously?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna
Death
just
Note.
yeah, but I'm gonna forgive them for that.
Is this like it's like I told you guys before the show started?
And it really works because, I mean, you know, Light Yagami.
I'm taking the point.
It's like the opposite of light.
It's like that's like the Dragon Ball Goku Steven.
No, it's like Dragon Ball.
Let's coordinate our efforts.
We don't talk about
We
that.
don't talk.
Get out.
Are we talking about that horrible movie that never happened?
Yes.
That only happened that one time with, what was his name?
Albert.
Yes, Kyler Bear.
Yeah.
When it was completely and utterly hilarious.
Behind
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was Mystery Science Theater 3000
Yeah.
Kyle Huber.
with Kyler Bear.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this much. If it does the same thing as that, I give up on America ever trying to do a live action anime.
I don't because of Ghost.
Ghost in the
I don't
Shell
see
has me hopeful.
It's not out yet. It's going to come out on March 28th.
Next week.
Yeah. I probably won't be able to see it.
I'm going to use those. I know. You know what the other thing is
I'm
that
going to be in another state, so I probably won't be able to see it either.
Where are you going to be? No.
I'm being attacked.
and the interesting
Well,
thing
you never know, you might be able to catch it in the theater down there real quick.
but there is something that where we live, on Tennessee, there is a event once a year.
Oh, good God.
Mule Day.
Yep.
It's Mule.
Guess what?
Donkey! Alright, fine.
Donkey!
It's around the corner.
Yeah, I know. That's not gaming, nor is
April
it
1st.
nor is it.
April 1st.
Why are we talking about Mule Day? It's not gaming, anime, or nerd culture.
Because the reason what we said
Do you really want to go into that one?
On us, and everybody will get here from Mule Day, and the town will just say, April Fools!
I hope this closing the town down. I was like, no Mule Day this week. We like fucks, but we don't like them that much.
No. What I'm suggesting, okay, since we might not say we have a podcast next week and all that, so that's why gives us an opportunity to
Yeah.
Please, and Lawsburg.
So that means we are going to have a presentation out or Ghost in the Shell. Anybody in the Columbia, in the Lawrenceburg, and the whole Hill area,
Teacher.
even a little bit closer to Nashville, wants to come see VHI Gaming and Anime with us to see Ghost in the Shell, we'll give you all
Heroes
the
never
information. We was
die.
going to do a contest, but that fell through. So we're giving you all the information to check out Ghost in the Shell.
Experience tranquility.
I'll try to save up enough money to go with you.
Matinees are the best.
You gotta love it. Saves money.
But anyways, let's talk about the Death Note trailer.
Yep.
But we got a little off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we talked about, we got the shot of the main character picking up the
Death Note.
and then goes to a flash. If you pay attention to the flash carefully, you will see
A silhouette of Ryu.
and the glowing eyes.
Yeah, I kind of winced at that a little bit because I'm not too much in horror movies.
Well, the thing is, then you see the thing that we all knew that Ryuk was going to be attracted to,
An apple.
an apple.
Yep.
Then we
You
get a
can
whole,
hear his little laugh too.
then we get to where he's Light looking, reading the whole instructions of the Death Note, and then we get to see our first glimpse of L, which
He doesn't look like hell.
don't look like L.
Sorry.
I know they want to keep them on a mystery.
Traveling to
I'm
Icon.
like Red. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt
Yeah.
to go in there like with an open mind and just
Prepare
check it
to
out.
attack.
And if it's
Select
like
your
really
hero.
starts aggravating me, then I'm going to say no more.
Yeah, because it's like I was saying before we went on air. It's like I'm happy with what Netflix has done so far with their original contents. So I'm gonna give this one a chance because they have a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
But every good company with a good track record has to have the one that fails, and it might be Death Note. But I'm gonna go into it like what everyone's saying, like with an open mind, and I'm giving it.
Going with an open
giving it-
mind.
Just give it just a tenth of a chance.
We would give it that. We were going to give this movie a shot. So that's what it is. It's going to be a movie through Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, there's scenes in it. It's supposed to be more graphic than a lot of what you've seen in the Death Note.
Yeah.
So, like that. We're going to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Not only going with that, but also they are releasing a Death Note.
Yes.
Fourth one. And oh my gosh. If y'all have not seen the trailer, go to YouTube and check it out.
Yeah.
Attack
I'm
commences
gonna
in
have to check
30
that out
seconds.
because I've seen the other movies, and they were wonderful.
No.
You just
I,
have to
d-
more.
I don't do horror.
The movie, this trailer looks amazing. I kid you not.
Yeah. I can't stand horror for I don't know why. I do Ash horror,
5,
but I can't do horror.
3,
Yeah, the Evil Dead and that I can do that kind of horror.
commencing. Capture objective A.
Death Note. Yeah.
Now, another movie that's coming out, and this is actually going to be a one. This is an anime movie that's coming out called Your Name.
Ah, yes, I think I had seen something about that. I hadn't read too much into it.
It's going to be released April the 7th. Select theaters. We got actually a couple theaters in Nashville that will be playing it. And you better check out which theaters because they are both releasing both in English version of it and in Japanese.
Yes.
So you have to pay attention to which theaters you want to go to check out this movie. But if anybody's not familiar with Your Name, it is done by the same creator. The guy who directed it is called Aki. So that owns it. Shinkai.
Why does that name sound familiar?
His works are amazing. They're like the same. He's like the new Hayao Miyazaki.
Ooh.
His works are
Yeah,
That's a lot to live
Whoa.
to.
Yes. And he's done some great works. His other work that he's done, it's called Garden Words.
Yes, I've seen that.
That's his work.
Okay, so now
Motorcycle kind of arts.
yeah,
Okay, I
Versailles
have
is-
to wonder if it's because of him that Hayao Miyazaki has come back out of retirement.
I don't know. But he's also did
Because
Children-
how Miyazaki is doing another film.
Yeah.
They possess a teleport.
But he also did another movie called Children Who Chase Lost Voices.
Yes.
Did you like that one?
Get behind!
Voices
No
of
one
Distant
can
Star.
hide from my
That's all his
sight.
work.
Yeah, I actually, a friend of mine actually sent me a YouTube link to Child Without Voices. It was like a 30-minute clip or something like that. And it was like, okay, where do I go watch the rest of this? Because I need to watch the rest of this.
Join me if you will.
Yeah.
Enemy's teleporter is
Cousin who's been on the show, Double D, is when we're showing the trailer to Your Name. And I'm like, this is going to be
I am
amazing. This is gonna be
capturing the
beautiful.
objective. Try and
Ultimate is
stop
ready.
me.
Now, what day is this?
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Don't worry, my friend. I have your shield.
It's a Friday.
It's Friday.
It's a Friday.
I am ready.
Go Hawk.
Hopefully that,
If it was the 8th, I would be okay.
yeah, I know.
I could go and I would have no issues because come the night,
Area activate.
I'm off. For 2 weeks. I wonder why.
Shutdowns.
Anyways, Your Name is being released through Funimation.
Did you hear that, Hawk? Your name's being released through Funimation.
Yes, go see my name. I mean, your name.
Yeah, Your Name. But we also got another game that's coming out series through Funimation is going to have season 2 release that day. We're talking about Dragon Ball Super season 2.
Oh, cool.
My Hero Academia
No one can hide.
and then long awaited
Anticipated.
Attack on Titan season 2.
No. More Attack on Titan. The reason I say no more Attack on Titan is because my sister has gotten into it. And she has every episode from season 1 and watches it repeatedly. I'm sick of Attack on Titan.
The manga is awesome.
Yeah.
You have to read the manga. It is amazing.
I heard it's definitely the manga's better. The anime does. So.
And I'm really waiting to see what other titles that Funimation's going to pick up because of Crunchyroll.
Yes. One that you might be excited to know about. Dragon Maid?
Yes.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
I started getting into that too this past week. It's entertaining.
Oh my god.
D for Dragon.
Oh my god.
Funimation.
Yep.
Dubbing.
That's what I've been watching it being shrouded and watching it on Funimation.
Now I'm curious though, because there is a series I've been watching and I've read the manga. I got the first 2 volumes recently. Interviews with Monster Girl.
Yes.
I'm waiting to see if they actually, well, not only pick it up on their Funimation side, but they start. That's what I'm waiting for.
That's on the series Funimation picked up. A lot of things are being released.
I'm looking forward to their release of Orange because they said
Wait a
that they
minute.
were going to do that.
I've got one good question. Is Funimation and Crunchyroll
Partners now.
partners now?
They are partners
Finally!
now.
Yes!
They have been partnered since
It must have been recently. Last fall?
Yeah, we covered it on the podcast.
Funny.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I mean,
Funny Roll.
Funny Roll. I didn't catch that one.
Yeah.
Crunchymation.
Crunchymations.
I have to go back and listen to those things now because I'm editing things anyways.
Yes. What's really interesting because with the whole partnership,
Yeah, and so did Crunchyroll too.
so they can actually, but they are trying to work with it. They can actually do like both have the same program,
Yes.
which is great.
The integrated system.
Imagination is
We
the
got a new
essence of
Code
discovery.
Geass coming out. Yes.
Ooh. I think I had seen something about that.
And it's already being released. I mean, like DVD wise.
Holy cow.
Yes.
Let the dragon barrier activate.
I mean, I never got big, but I definitely see the hype behind it.
I remember when
Yeah.
me and Kedge saw the last episode of Impact before it ever aired.
Your first game.
Was it 2009?
It was 2009.
I couldn't remember if it was 2009 or if it was 2010.
Since 2008 is when they released Code Geass on TV because that was the year John Young Bosch came to Impact. That's
Yes.
right. John Young Bosch came to Impact. Come back.
I'd like to see him come back because I know he gets up one that's close to us every year. That being Yamaka over in Pigeon Forge.
Yes, and I think I'm
Which-
possibly going to be going to that one myself.
If you can go to that con, please do because that area needs all the support it can get after the recent incidents that have occurred. Rebuilding over there is very important.
And it's
We
going
hope
slow.
that anyone who does go helps support the effort.
Barrier activated.
But there's like so many new series. Senjay Sin is being released with Funimation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know there's 4 episodes right now on Netflix.
Experience tranquility. Pass
4
into
episodes.
the
I was like,
iris.
really?
Can we release the big anime news yet?
Re-engaging.
No, not yet. Because we were on movies, and then we skipped to anime. We didn't finish movies.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Anime.
We had one more.
We didn't finally talk about that one. But we are into the anime news, so I guess why not? Let's just
I was gonna. I was trying to make him suffer a little bit more.
I'm assuming it's coming out.
Damn it!
I didn't say when.
Dude, me and Krim were playing rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to announce it, and you just forget it.
Hawk, announce when it's
Get out!
Hawk, announce when it's coming out, please.
Well, since it's my birthday, it's coming out on July 25th.
Re-engaging.
4 days after my birthday.
Did I talk about Monster Suit since the day one for crying out loud?
It's one of the first animes we talked about.
Yes, over and over
And
again.
it's like one of the animes that has been burnt into this group.
But I didn't say the main thing about it. What?
This is very true.
Go ahead.
Because
Monster Musume is coming.
it's gonna... Back away from the mic. You lost your mic privileges, Catch. But, no. July 25th, the release of Monster Musume in America, English dub is coming out through Sentai. Finally!
And this includes a collector's edition.
You're
Uncut.
By the way,
And
if you pre-order, is it what, by the 28th?
If you pre-order it by the 28th, you'll save $5 on the main big box set.
Get going. Now, Catch, where can we find these awesome deals at? Now you can talk!
yes, and tell us the price too.
Basically, through Sentai Filmworks,
Yes.
you can pre-order this. Like they said, pre-order it right now and you can save $5 off on the DVD.
Not
especially-
1, not 2,
Oh, no.
not 3, 5!
$5 foot long. Anyways,
Which
I had
is
to make
what
a joke.
you'll have after you watch this series.
Yes.
Thank you for the build-up of the joke. Thank you for finishing the joke.
We will announce the cast, because they have not announced the cast of who's going to be in it.
Yes.
But not only did they release this news about Monster Musume, but they also released another series called Gate, another collector's edition, and that one's also going to be coming out around the same time.
Wait a minute.
Traveling
I cannot think of the anime off the top of my head.
If you look at the animation, it looks really interesting. You can
Yeah.
say that. But with the Monster Musume collection, it is coming with a lot of things. I thought the Izzer run to try to pick girls and then came Oh no, this is top sets.
Of course. Tell us what comes with it.
Please do.
Well, we got stickers that comes with it.
Ooh.
There is a
Wait a
is a poster. There is a
Pinky
poster
no.
that's going to be coming with it. There is literature cards that's coming with that you tell you about the characters.
In other words, you remember at the ends of the episodes, those cards that they showed that had
They're gonna
the
be
different...
You're gonna get hard copies.
Yes.
That wasn't for you to enjoy.
No, I slapped my head because of the fact of how excited he was.
It's Monster Musume.
Alright.
I should be livid.
Traveling to
No. Anyways, so how much is this going to run us after we save the $5? That's pretty much it.
Sweet. We can save those $5 and use it on our football.
I don't know what you're thinking of getting.
I still say that the best casting for Poppy is Chris Abbott. Chris Abbott is Poppy.
I think you killed Krim.
Because he agrees. Come on, you can't tell me seeing Poppy flying around sounding like Vegeta is not going to be awesome.
That would be horrible.
No. Bad Hawk.
The principal Poppies.
I would honestly rather see the voice actress of Pan do Poppy.
I could see that.
I don't know the name right offhand, but yeah.
Yeah.
Get down.
Hot mama.
No, go up to the very top and there you go.
Yeah, so we're looking through what all comes with the collector's edition and everything that's on the website. So that's why we're all over here having fun looking at the screen. Krim is getting a little too close and a little too excited.
Yeah.
But for the
The
price,
cool thing about this, because if you pre-order now to the 28th, also you save, get this, free shipping.
oh heck yeah.
Ooh.
So $5 in shipping. Huh.
Prepare your defenses.
Shipping plus $5.
Select your hero.
But it's not giving us...
There was a price. I did see it when I looked at the link that Ketch sent me the other day.
Yes. Yeah, but it's bad enough that we can't think of the price.
It's pretty expensive, I will say that much. I think what it said was like $97 or something, and that was not including the $5 off, I don't think.
Yeah, $97.48.
Perfect time for mayhem.
So you save $5 if you order before the 28th, which would make it $92, $93 roughly,
Yeah, and you're saving shipping.
and you don't pay for shipping.
But with everything that you get in the edition,
This is
Yeah, that looks a little bit too much for one person. I can already see that this shelf is
yeah.
going to be
yeah,
remodeled.
The shelf with the Eagles on behind me is going to be nothing
Attackers
but
incoming in
First
30
we'll talk about
seconds.
this chipboard box. That's what it comes in.
Let's get
Chip board box.
This'll be good.
Then you have your DVDs and the Blu-ray. 'Cause it's a
all right.
Double pack.
Do what you were built to do.
Then you have the extra box.
I
Got
foresee
like little
great
characters
things
on.
for you.
Yep.
Here we go.
Then you have the pen-up monster book.
5,
Oh yeah, that's right.
3,
Book with pen-ups.
1. Attackers incoming.
12 art cards,
Defend
so you get
objective A.
those descriptions like this in each episode.
Oh, God. I wish I didn't see what I've seen just now.
Static
Stop me
frames,
if you've heard this one before.
that's your stickers. No, those aren't.
Hardly a
to be fair, everyone was warned that this was going to happen when they announced the
here's-
English release.
But this right here, here, take a look. That's right, you get a motion card.
Oh,
There's
my.
your poster right there. And soundtrack.
sniper.
Yes, yes. I want the Smithy
Go
song.
on, this one.
Hey Smith. Hey Smith. Yes, it had. Yes, this has to
So
happen.
you get all of that with this deal.
Here we go.
To be fair, or not to be fair, but a little fun fact: the ending song for Monster Musume was our very first entrance song we used on this podcast
For the longest.
for the longest time.
That stuff.
So
But it was an awesome song, so.
it was.
Still is. What are we saying?
It
Yeah.
still is a good song.
So-
So that's how much of a connection this podcast kind of has with Monster Musume. We're not special,
No.
but we like it a lot.
And also, we have not just one, but 2 OVAs as well.
Yes.
Okay,
I
then.
heard they're making one, or they already made one.
There's OVAs 1 and 2, and shorts 1 through 60. See, massive.
Right on target.
So, yes, I said. Y'all
Happy birthday.
Go.
That belongs to us.
Anyway, now that the big news in Hawk is now sitting a little higher. It's sitting a little bit higher.
July
What do we have
25th
next? We
years.
have the second movie that we're just going to talk about.
Yes, let's jump into that one right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much
Get ready
that's the
for a
big,
shock.
big anime announcement. Except for there's also one more I'll give you.
Let's go ahead and hit that one.
Funimation right now is having their anime sale, their spring anime sale. So you can go there to Funimation.com and check out what they have that's available. Certain animes you can get for a cheap price.
Stop
Some
me if you've heard this one before.
you can also get not just anime, but also merchandise, t-shirts, buttons, backpacks of animation characters, pop figures as well.
Yes.
So, go check out Funimation.com, check out the little sale they got going on. Also, right stuff, they got the little flash sale going on for Sentai Filmworks. So
That'd be
if you're
fun.
big on to Sentai film works like Masamusume,
Other-
Girls in Panza,
Yep.
you can get these. Well, not Masamusume, but Girls in Panza you can get
Anything that's already out.
Well,
Log
let's go
Horizon.
ahead and say, go ahead and pre-order Monster Musume now.
yes, pre-order it.
If you're a big fan of it like us, you're going to order it now. You're probably already on your computer right now looking it up. You preferred it, bastards.
Are you kidding? I had to tell my dad
Heroes
this.
never die.
We're
For
in
a
it.
price.
Yes. That healthy plot.
Thick, complex, deep.
Okay. Alright,
Talking
so...
about,
okay.
But
enough.
there is an animation I want to get out there also that will be part 2. It gets released
по готовности.
this week, and that is called Heavy Objects. If y'all have not checked out this anime, go check this out. It is a mech style anime, but the mechs are not like human. They look like giant balls of death. With guns and stuff on them.
60 seconds.
Wait a minute.
So onions ready for a shot. Those cartoon series.
Onions?
Yeah, I've already got frozen head.
But here's the thing about this animation. It is so interesting, so really amazing to watch. It's supposed to be as the wars are now only fought with these machines. And like I said, it's a freaking ball with a lot of guns around it. The thing is, the wars are kind of like, that's it. They fight, no one else fights. Soldiers just do cleanup work. That's it. Well, at the beginning of the story, having a battle, and the opposite team decides to take things a little bit too far and destroy the base and some people in it. And they destroy the main object, not power. So these two soldiers decide to take it up on their duty for one day to go get her. And when they decided to go get her, they decided to say, "Oh, what can we do?" And I said, "Well, we have this and this." And I'm like, "Okay." They're like, "Hey, what are you thinking of?" And I go, "Well, you can take down these things." Never been done. 76 reporting down these options. So they actually find a weakness and take one down. The bad part is, because it took one down, now they're going everywhere to start taking out others.
Oh, Lord.
And they're bigger and badder machines all the time. So go check it out. Heavy Objects.
Yeah, that sounds like, you know... Yeah,
Sounds
you
like
walk
a bad
in...
time for someone.
Yeah.
Especially because my nephew and his friend heard themselves as the main characters in the animation. It's like in a video game, trying to work together because my nephew likes to be the gunman and the other friend likes to be the guy who does the explosives.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I'm kind of glad that I always went sniper. I'm nowhere near when the shot's fired, and I'm gone after I shoot.
But check it out. Heavy Objects. But now we got the other trailer dropped. Like I said, today. Justice League.
Get ready for a shot.
It looks pretty good. Like I said, I've seen the behind the scenes of it. It still looked pretty good in general.
All this week they kept on dropping small trailers to like Batman,
Helden sterben nicht.
Aquaman, Wonder Woman,
Огонь по
Sonic.
готовности.
Real small hidden trailers.
Cease your resistance.
Building up to this big trailer, and we finally get to see
Heroes never die.
some of the things that we've been Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
You're not missing much.
There is a certain kind of enemy that's hinted in the Nightmare of Batman. That's what they're fighting. And anybody who knows exactly what's taking place, the building of something big. Which I was kind of disappointed about. I did not have that guy as the villain, but this other guy as the villain.
Yes, we're not going to touch on that.
Yeah.
We're not going to give spoilers out on this show.
We're not doing that. But we have to say that it does look good. it's got some comedy to it. That's what helps it.
Yes.
One thing that Batman vs Superman Dawn just didn't really have, just not as good as
They tried comedy. It went sour quick.
Should we talk about the best way to watch Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice?
There's a couple good ways to watch Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't put it in.
One way, a good way to watch Batman vs. Dawn of Justice is don't start the movie. But if you really want to watch the movie, here's a good way to do it. Go downtown. Anywhere downtown is fine. Find whoever sells mushrooms. Not the store-bought mushrooms. The shrooms. Let's be clear. Someplace you have to buy shrooms. Take those shrooms. Make a nice little mushroom soup. With the shrooms. Put a special oil rest in there. And then enjoy the entire bowl of shrimp soup.
You mean the entire...
Heroes never die.
That's the point.
But yes, there's a way that I thought that would work really well as well. Go down to your local hardware store. You're going to buy two things, and one of them's really, really obscure because...
And to be fair, quality doesn't really matter here. You don't have to buy the expensive stuff. You can go cheap. Bargain hunt.
Yeah, get you a thing. It's called an ice pick.
There's a cat meowing in the next room.
Grab that, and you know, get you a hammer. Go home. Go ahead and put the DVD in so that you don't forget to do it. Get it ready. Get it to the menu. Get it kind of set up so that you don't really have to do much. Take an ice pick, insert your nasal cavity, point upward toward that thing most of us have.
You're not gonna need it.
Yeah. And then just give it a nice little tap at the bottom.
Depending on how much you want it for, that'll determine how hard.
Heroes never die.
Yeah.
You can tap it gently, or if you just want to say screw the world and go boom, then that's up to you.
Then afterwards, remove it and start the movie and enjoy.
Yeah.
As you won't remember much of anything.
Yes.
That's if you have motor skills afterwards.
Now then, public safety announcement. We do not condone anybody to actually do this.
But Pinky does.
Yes, but the crazy horse does.
Yes. There is a fun little way that I know of to watch another show. If you want to get into that.
Well, there's another way that you can watch Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, but it requires the use of power tools.
No.
Okay, what you do is you take a DVD player that you really don't care about.
I've already got a
Drill a hole into the DVD player. Don't damage the utilities. Make sure it's still operational, but that there's a hole that you can actually pour the liquid substance into. Fill it up with gasoline. Insert the DVD. Turn the power on, and watch it go boom. Then listen to Leonard Skinner like a real man.
Yes.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Another fun way to watch that, a better way to watch it, or a way to watch it to have more fun, is simply cut off the top of your DVD player. Seriously. Put the disc in and just watch the disc spin. You'll have more fun doing that than watching the movie itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, my little niece, I've done the bad thing. I bought the extended edition of this movie.
I'm sorry.
You have my condolences.
Yeah, no, the guy when I was buying it at Walmart told me, saying, you realize how bad this movie is. I'm like, I watched it in the movie theater. And he goes, you're going to sit through it again? Like, my little niece wants to watch it. He goes, do you love your little niece? Yes. Why are you making her suffer through this? I'm like, she wants to see it. Alright. So she started watching it, and she actually counted down to when Batman finally shows up in the movie. You have to wait over an hour.
Do not deviate from the plan. Victory will be ours.
It's like having to sit through Star Wars Episode 3.
let's go past that. Anyways,
There was a Star Wars episode 2.
Yeah, not many people realize that, unfortunately. Just like Jar Jar Binks is best Jedi Sith.
But anyways,
Attack
the
commences
Batman
in
vs
30
Superman,
seconds.
they had to do that movie to do the next part of it was Suicide Squad, which, by the way, we all like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, don't listen to the critic review on that one.
Even though there's
Suicide Squad was wonderful.
Get ready to move.
and there is a spoiler that anyone who did not watch Batman vs Superman that shows up in Suicide Squad. Don't worry, I won't say. And it's people's like when I took my brother-in-law to watch it, who's never seen Batman vs Superman, he goes, "Wait,
One.
I'm like,
Attack
"Oh."
commencing.
So he goes, "You got a lot
Capture
to explain to
objective
me."
A.
I'll let you watch Batman vs Superman. You can see this.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Person.
I know.
Jesus, and I thought I was savage.
well, no. We're not heartless yet. No, we're not heartless yet because we haven't done it yet. To kill boy.
Oh.
Oh boy. Well, anyways, like I said,
Kill.
they had to do this movie,
Knock
do
me
Suicide
down and I'll
Squad,
keep
and now
getting
they're
back
going to
up.
do Wonder Woman, and before Wonder Woman, then after Wonder Woman will be Justice League.
Yeah.
Holding position.
So they are trying to build it up just like how Marvel did with their movies. The things they
Yeah, pretty much.
Resisting.
But speaking about Marvel, they got a great movie coming out. Cannot wait. Guardians of the Galaxy,
Volume 2.
Still not the number 2. I'm
Knock
waiting.
me
It
down
does
and I'll
look
keep
good.
getting back
It
up.
does look good. The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 looks.
It looks good. It really does.
All I have to say, Baby Groot.
Baby Groot.
and
I am.
Zombie is going to be.
I'm Groot.
Engaging.
I'm Groot. I'm Groot. No! Does anyone have duct tape?
If someone's going to have duct tape, it'll be you, Rocket.
You'll be baby happy, but you'll never be Baby Groot running with the detonator happy.
I know, right?
You know what that means. I'm going to show it to you.
I still want a little statue of him running with the detonator.
Heal up here.
I think that would just be hilarious.
It would be.
But we got lots of interesting movies coming out this summer.
Oh yes.
Well, this month alone, we've got 3 good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Logan came out.
Yep.
Yes.
Ghost in the Shell. But another that came out this, that I heard was really, really good, and for Kaiju fans, King Kong, Skull Island.
Yes, King Kong did come out. Hey, I heard a lot of things about it.
Well, it has
There
Sam
was
Jackson.
actually-
Anyone need some healing?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, well, he has made a
I've
good
got you in my
Well, he's
sights.
never done a bad movie. Well, he hasn't done a very forgettable role, obviously. You think Sam Jackson, you don't
Patched up.
You think Sam Jackson, you don't think of...
Typically, when I think
Wait a
Samuel
minute.
Jackson,
Yes, I do.
I think Pulp Fiction.
Yes, I do. Hold on to your butts.
But I think Pulp Fiction, Nick Fury.
Get over here and heal up.
I've heard that
Mace
there-
Windu.
Yeah. Which isn't actually dead.
Yeah,
That's
that's another topic.
That'll be next time.
But I did hear that in Star there is
Team,
actually
heal up here.
in lead up to the Kong vs. Godzilla movie.
Yes.
Like they actually
Sterben nicht.
either Godzilla
They even mentioned like in the trailer.
Heroes never die. For a price.
Godzilla.
So bottom line is, spoiler alert, there's gonna be a Godzilla vs. King Kong. It's official. It's not even speculation. Or they said they're doing it.
They're out doing it.
They are going to get round 3, and it's gonna be great. Yeah, Kong's one around, Godzilla's one around. This is the tiebreaker.
Where's the other one? Only one.
Shroud knows about
The
it.
war goes
He's
on.
talked to other fans about it. They know
60
about it.
seconds
I don't know which
remaining.
one it is, but it has been done.
Yes, it has.
Apocalypse.
So
It's
Godzilla's
one of the
around, King
older
Kong one is one around.
Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah, I got one of them already. I got Godzilla vs. King Kong. The
Yeah.
old one movies, but
Yeah.
there might have been another one now.
So this is round 3.
I'm 动住，不许走！
It'll be like Pinkie Pie versus
30 seconds
Except
remaining.
just no hair.
Freeze! Don't move!
Wait a minute, he's already
Resistance.
broken the fourth wall about
Double
3 times.
Or Pinkie Pie and Deadpool, they take the YouTube time bar and smack each other with it. Go into other death battles and screw with them.
Yeah.
And then throw a birthday party for Deadpool.
True.
10 seconds.
And the real loser is
Whiz and Boomstick.
Wiz and
It
Boomstick.
wasn't the internet. The internet
I'm claiming this is
For a price.
I don't think they could have won that one either way.
They're like, how did we lost? These two can fall apart.
Now, we let people choose the next one. That's how we lost.
Exactly.
Double
Anyways,
Like I said, there's another movie who's interested in the Fast and Furious,
I'm taking the objective.
which is the 8th movie.
It looks interesting. I get the direction right now. But it's interesting.
defeat.
I just don't understand why after everything that's gone on the last 7 films, Dom's all of a sudden turned against the crew.
Yeah. And
So it's going to be interesting to see how that
Play of
works
the
out.
game.
Like, I'm sure there's a reason for it.
yeah. And we also have a new Alien movie coming out,
Yes.
which even though you're not big into horror, it's
yes.
There's now going to be a couple more Alien movies.
Triple kill.
and
And I think isn't there a movie that's coming out called Life?
Life
Yeah.
with
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds, Jake Gyllenhaal, and some other person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the main one being Ryan Reynolds, of course, because I mean, seriously.
Because
let's
it's a
face it.
total 180 from Deadpool, though, and I love that. It's like, because you've got Deadpool, and then you put Ryan Reynolds in Life, and it's a completely different person, and that just shows how skilled Reynolds is at doing what he does. Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, we also have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We have Transformers, The Last Night, number
Which is
5.
supposed to be the last one he's
Traveling
making,
to
if I'm not
Route
mistaken.
66.
We can only hope.
We can only but there is already in talk. Bumblebee will be getting his own spin-off movie.
Eh.
Please let it not be directed by Michael Bay.
Please, please.
Then we have Spider-Man Homecoming, which looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't that
I'm
one
the-
going to be more set
Prepare
in
your
the Ultimate
defenses.
Universe?
It's actually set with
Select
the Marvel
your hero.
Universe because Tony Stark is in it.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
It
in
actually
Ultimate
look-
Spider-Man, in the cartoon version that shows on Disney XD, we all know that Spider-Man joins up with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
and that he
meets the-
trains his own kind of group and leads
Iron
them,
Fist and all them.
and he ends up being mentored by Tony Stark, and thus that's how you get the Iron Spider.
Yeah.
But there's also now talk that Sony is also going to do Venom.
Oh, hail.
They are going to do a Venom.
Doesn't feel right coming back.
I'd actually be okay with that because Venom does have technically a storyline before he gets to Spider-Man, so...
Yeah.
Well, what I would like to see more than anything is all the different symbiotes.
Yeah.
They might do that.
Because the only symbiotes most people know about when you say
Incoming in 30
Spider-Man or
seconds.
Venom, you think of Venom and Carnage. But there's like, what, 5 other ones that show up in the
There are
Spider-Man
quite a few other ones, yes.
comics.
Suppose I'll be patching you up.
Toxic,
As usual.
Yes.
Hybrid. Hybrid was an interesting one.
Yeah.
He was actually became a good guy. He was a good
Wasn't
guy.
there one that was like a female one?
There were 2 of them that was female.
2 of them that were
5,
female.
4, 3, 2,
So, I mean, you know, there's that.
attackers incoming.
But
Stop
so,
the pain.
anyways,
And then we also have a movie we can talk about was
Cars 3.
which that trailer I saw last night
It's-
was, oh my gosh.
Basically, put it to the scene. you're listening to Cars Race By and you're hearing a heartbeat. Some people that's been watching it on YouTube have not been able to hear the heartbeat. I have been one of those. I've had to turn my volume way up to hear it. And then you hear McQueen is fading fast and you see him just crashing.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened? Kind of a deal.
It's looking like it's going to be a slightly dark twist. As dark as you can get with cars from this movie. Yeah, not completely dark, but
they have that great trailer you have to check out. Because the car that you see that's in there also, that black car.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a Jetstorm or something like
Like a
that.
new souped up car.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like battery powered, apparently.
as a NASCAR fan, I love this. Just saying.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know, Lightning McQueen is a NASCAR car.
Because it's loosely based around NASCAR in general, with the
Heroes
idea
never
of
die
and
for a price.
everything. So just seeing them going back to the circuit racing roots.
Well, the thing is,
As well as talking about some famous, iconic
right.
Like Jeff Gordon.
drivers.
Jeff Gordon is voiced in it. With Jeff Gordon.
A lot of the famous racers have Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah. Daryl
Richard
Waltrip's going to
Petty.
be in it. Richard Petty.
Yeah, and then there's like a few
And then, of
actresses and
course,
actors that are going to be in it. That's going to be little side characters and
Lightning
stuff like that.
McQueen is in fact an homage to Steve McQueen.
Yes. And also, we are getting the full cast back from Cars 1.
Behind you.
Yeah.
Minus.
But other than that, we are getting the full cast back. They are going to have an homage to Hudson Hornet in it. I do believe
ready for a shot.
somewhere. I can't remember where. They're going to give homage to him and stuff like that. So there's going to be a few new cars introduced, and of course Mater's going to be back.
Of course, big cars without Mater.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who's supposed to only have a couple of lines of movies, someone who's just now the main character.
Yeah.
Or one of the primary characters.
Yeah.
Because the main character is always
Lightning.
McQueen.
But Mater was like, you know, the second favorite person in the
He
car.
was a real fan favorite.
Yeah, and he was basically right there with Lightning. He's like, I'm your best friend that you're gonna find here, you know.
Heroes never die
Can't.
for a price.
I really like Cars, the original.
Helden sterben nicht.
It was good.
Fan favorite.
Yeah.
I think. That was more fan.
They helped out too because let's face it, it was a cash grab. Because
Activating
but now that they've got Cars 3 coming out and looking like they're actually putting more effort into the series, we're going back to getting that whole cast back and going back to the circuit racing and focusing kind of on that storyline. What it looks like. So the new versus old, like McQueen being the older, and then the new guy coming in, the new version of the car.
Well, that's with most NASCAR. Basically, if an older driver actually does hit the wall or something like that, he's taken off the roster for a good portion of the races, and they have new guys wanting to jump in right in their spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because it does. Because that is, like you're saying, is happening in NASCAR. Like, you got the old guys versus the new guys, and
60
it's like old guys that are really great and creative. Like even Jeff Gordon,
Resistance.
and it's kind of hitting. I like it a lot.
Heroes never.
I know a lot about NASCAR.
Yeah. So,
Other movies that we have coming out. Despicable Me 3.
Can I just say about this movie that is the most Trey Parker role that anyone could ever create? Like, if they had to have came to Trey
30
Parker and said,
seconds
create your own character, and he
Helden
comes
sterben
out.
nicht.
There's no other way.
yeah, I'm like,
It's like either that, they create the characters, lay them out, and went to Trey Parker. So
My
this
ship
was
generator has been destroyed.
Come on, like, that is the most Trey Parker role to create.
I haven't seen trailers for this yet, so I'm going to be watching.
You'll know exactly who Trey Parker is.
Yeah, I probably will because it's just
It's
It's
the
un-
most Trey Parker
You
role.
have, okay, before, if you do it, you have to do it in order. There's
Yes.
2 trailers. You gotta watch them both. One, you actually get the feel of the Trey Parker's character in the first trailer.
Right.
And in the second trailer, which was released not too long ago, they introduced more of what this thing is going to be about.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. I'm already scared.
It's
But
looking pretty
anyways.
good, though.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, once again, you know, we've had a great time and stuff like that. But I think it's about time to start wrapping up, don't you think, guys?
Yeah, we've gotten most of the big news out of the way. We've talked about a good bulk of the stuff. We got what was missing last weekend. We could goof off for the rest of the night if we wanted to, but you guys don't want to hear us goofing off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not only that, but some of us have work early in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm sure Phoenix doesn't want to be playing Overwatch for hours on end tonight, so...
Are you kidding me? He'd love that.
Oh, he'd love it, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to do it while we're talking in the background. But...
And only that, we also got Samurai Jack coming on here soon.
Yes,
Yes.
y'all need to get out.
Yeah, Samurai Jack. Sorry, guys,
Okay,
but Samurai Jack.
we need to talk about that first. Real quick
Before we
go.
leave.
Samurai
Yes.
Jack is 2 episodes in, and I am loving it.
Yes.
It's like
Samurai Jack 3 comes out tonight.
It's coming out
Yep.
tonight as soon as you'll get out of my house. But the first 2 episodes that have come out, I am in love with it because they're paced perfectly. They're slow paced, but they're not so slow they drag. They get the
I
story.
like the pacing, and
Yeah.
I like where it's going.
Yes.
Same here. Like me and Corinne were messaging each other back and forth during the first episode, and I'm loving what they're doing with the girls. Is if you've watched it, there are like what was it, 7 girls that get put
7 sisters
It got
who
dark.
from birth
were raised
were raised.
to worship Aku and to be those warriors.
Yes.
And it's way darker this time around than it was on Cartoon Network from the very beginning, within the first
Yes.
couple of minutes.
Not to mention, also, there's a lot of this doubt that's going on within Jack. And he's seeing things that aren't there.
How
Like in the
long
last
has it
episode.
been since the first episode, the last episode to this
What
episode?
was the time period? Was it
It's 15.
50.
50
years.
years? That's
50
that is
years
right.
has passed since Aku destroyed the time portals.
Yeah,
And Jack is
And
lost
I
his sword.
don't know if Aku knows that
That's-
Jack no longer has his sword.
I don't think he does, because in
Select
episode
your
2, they kind of talked about how Aku still is not kind of afraid of Jack. But
Well,
he
He doesn't care.
And here's the thing. He's like, yeah, I destroyed that portal 50 years ago. I thought by now time would have taken its...
Do justice on him.
would have
cares?
already taken him. I mean,
Yeah.
But all it's done is he's grown this shaggy beard.
And longer hair.
And-
Well, his mind must be going sometime.
And that's another thing I love about the remake of Samurai
Never
Jack.
stop
It's
fighting
dark,
for what you
it's
believe
good, but it's still got the humor.
It's not a remake.
It's a continuation.
That's why I
But
meant it is a
here's the thing I
continuation.
think that's really going on with Jack. His mind has finally started to degrade. With all the killing of the robots and stuff like that, he has degraded everything that he fights from Aku as their machines.
Yeah, because
They're
he's
not
constantly
real.
saying they're nuts and bolts. That's all they are.
Yeah. They're not real
I
people.
don't know. I think he is going to. I think he has realized that when he
Killed.
spoiler alert.
Yeah, massive spoiler. So if you're done with the show and don't want to hear
Look
any more,
after
fine. See you
yourselves
next
out
week.
there.
Yes.
Yes.
Or next
I
show.
got
Please, if you don't want spoilers, please leave now.
Spoiler alert. There, we've put it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jack kills one of the sisters.
Yes.
You had your warning.
Slices her throat.
Slices her throat. Sees
And
blood.
he sees blood. And he even takes her mask off and sees that she is not a machine. But by this point in time, she's already stabbed him
right in the side.
right there in the side, like frontal near kidney.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and he's kind of bleeding. So he takes her sword.
No, he takes back the dagger that she took from him.
Yeah, which
Yes.
And then he just...
Starts striking the stones behind him as he's walking.
Yep. Which I don't know what the deal is with that sword or that dagger, but it is
Humanic frequencies that on placement destroys or blows up certain items that it touches.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of that villain. I forgot his name, but I'm a big fan.
Yes.
I loved his personality.
I loved his abilities and the way he was, you know.
The way the character carried himself.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that thoroughly. But yeah, so you know, he does that and then he jumps into the river.
I thought it blew up behind him and fell into the river.
Yes.
Practically, yeah.
Blew up behind him and he fell into the river. And I think where this one picks up, they're chasing him down.
Yes.
They're following the blood.
Yeah. And
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because he blew up the passageway.
Well,
That
it
he's supposed to
shows in the previews that they do find the river and that they follow the river and they find him somehow.
Yeah.
And that's where it leads to a line that's been shown in a lot of the
You needed a doctor?
promotional material.
So basically
You
after...
can stay if you you can leave now, or if you choose to stay, you will face your destiny.
Yeah.
Our destiny is to kill you. And then it goes into an epic fight.
Yeah. I think after episode 4 hits, we're not going to be able to know what comes after this because of usually how they do. They give you 4 episodes of kind of little spoilers at the beginning of it, and then it's like new stuff after that.
Justice reigns
Well,
from
I'm looking
above.
forward to it. I'm wanting to see what they're going to do with this. Are they all going to end up dying?
Justice
The
reigns from
survivors?
Is he
Is
really
there
going to
going,
get back to
Let
the
me get you
past?
patched up.
Yeah.
Or if he's just going to die in the future and everything's going to...
is there going to be? Is he going to find his sword? Is he going to have an epic fate showdown with Aku, and finally put everything
Mercy in Bereitschaftsdienst.
in the past?
Nice one.
Come here,
Well,
get stabilized.
that's all the time we have.
Like we always say, we could go on for a long time on this. But
Yeah. We're going to end here on this note. We'll get back to you next week or next episode as soon as we can.
Yeah, guys, we had fun. We hope you guys had fun watching. Thanks for watching live if you have. If you haven't watched us live and you're watching this later, thanks for watching again. That just helped. So anyway, guys, I'm Hawk.
I'm Krim.
I'm Catch.
And I'm Red.
And as we always try to say, this is going to be Pokemon.
Heroes never die. For
Don't logic.
where does it hurt?
And you messed it up.